Today I'm going to be sketching out some art for my art prints, stickers, and bookmarks for my Halloween product launch. I'm going to kick things off with sketching out one of my art print designs. I'm going to be drawing a lady with a pumpkin as a head. I always love this style of artwork, and I've been meaning to put my own spin on it. Since I've been sitting on this idea for a while now, I have so many different designs rolling around in my head. However, since Halloween is fast approaching, and I'm a bit late to the party since I'm starting to design these products in mid-August, and I would love to have more than one piece of artwork on launch day. So I'm going to be sticking with a bit of a simpler design, kind of. In comparison to the other ideas, this one is the simplest of them all. However, that doesn't mean that it's a simple design. I still want to add a lot of details to the character, as well as maybe learn a new thing or two. Speaking of the design of the character, I had quite the trouble trying to figure out what outfit I wanted to give her, as there were so many cool and interesting options, like giving her something more modern to wear, maybe something closer to a fall aesthetic, or even Victorian or Edwardian-esque. However, at the end of the day, I did go with a more Edwardian style outfit for her. I really love the addition of the hat. God, I cannot wait to see how this looks once it's all finished. Since I'm leaning more into the Edwardian period, this gives me a really cool opportunity to dive a little bit deeper into the historical fashion at the time. Despite me already knowing a bit about the fashion during this time. Definitely didn't go down a rabbit hole of watching people make and sew historical accurate clothing while sewing my own cosplay 8 months ago. Anyway, I'm really excited to rekindle that old hyperfixation. I did spend some time doodling some poses as well as coming up with some background ideas. As though I do want the art prints to be a bit dynamic, I also want to keep it a bit simple, as I want to spend more of my time drawing and rendering the character as well as the clothing. So I decided that I wanted to put her in a little bit more of a simpler pose. As for the background, I decided to surround her with sunflowers, and she's going to be casting a shadow on the ground.
Guess I never test fit these. I hope they fit. And with the side seams done, with its seam all done up there along the bottom.
Now it's time to move on to designing the bookmarks. I do make all of my bookmarks by hand using cardstock and the weatherproof sticker paper that I use to make all of my stickers. However, due to that, there are some limitations in what artwork I can turn into bookmarks, as not only do I have to line up both sides by hand, I also have to make it straight. So as much as I really want to turn the pumpkin girl into a bookmark or other artwork like that, it's just not feasible. Though not impossible, there are times where I do try with certain artwork. But overall, I'm going to be creating a much better product if I stick with creating patterns. I started with sketching out the pumpkin pattern, with the vines and leaves snaking around each of the pumpkins. I am humming and hawing about whether or not I should add faces to the pumpkins or keep them as is. I'm definitely going to be exploring that once I get a much better idea of what the bookmark is going to look like. Moving on, I'm going to start sketching out items that remind me of fall or Halloween, like a witch's hat, coffee mug, leaves, and a ghost. On the next page, I wrote down the theme of each bookmark, like if it was more of an autumn or Halloween theme. Then I arranged and grouped the items together, plus I also added an extra few things here and there. I'm actually quite surprised at how many fall-themed designs I came up with compared to the Halloween ones. With the way that things are turning out, it seems like this collection is going to be a bit more fall than spooky Halloween vibes, which I'm not complaining about, as I feel like my shop is somewhat lacking in that cozy fall aesthetic category, so it would be nice to be able to change that as well as add something a little bit different. Now on to designing the stickers. Earlier, while I was drawing out the items for the bookmark, I started sketching out a witch hat with patchwork on it and a gingham bow. I really like the design that I had already sketched out, so I'm not going to change too much about it. I just wanted to redraw it on this page, that way then it's grouped together with all of my other sticker designs so that I don't forget about it. The next sticker design is that of a pumpkin sitting next to a stack of books, while the vines of the pumpkin coils around the open book at the top of the stack. I can't believe that after spending 20 hours on my Pride potion bottle artwork that heavily featured a shit ton of books, that I would be so eager to draw them again. Though I have to say that I will be trying to draw these books a little bit differently from the ones that were featured in that drawing, just to have something a little bit different to draw. Now, I did briefly sketch out a bouquet of sunflowers with a gingham bow to kind of tie into the witch hat, but I don't know if I'm going to actually include it, as it feels a little bit more summery than fall. Though who knows, maybe I'll just add it to the collection anyway, or maybe I'll just save the design and release it next summer. Right next to the bouquet of sunflowers is a little ghostie wearing a witch's hat. On my Etsy shop, I have a mini collection of holiday themed ghosts. Like, I have one that's wearing a Santa hat, and I also have another one holding a rainbow heart. In all honesty, I'm quite surprised that it's taken me this long to add a ghost that's wearing a witch's hat. For the next sticker, I wanted to try to go back to my roots and create something that's a little bit more gothic, with a moon and star theme. So I came up with a cup tipping and spilling over. I'm planning on having the liquid be the night sky with stars. I'm also going to have the moon phases on the front of the cup as well. And that's everything that I'm going to be drawing over the next few weeks. In all honesty, I still have so many designs rolling around in my head that I would love to add to this collection, but I don't want to go too overboard with it. If you like this video, then don't forget to leave a like on your way out, and if you want to see the finalized version of all these artworks, then don't forget to subscribe, that way then you'll be notified when that video comes out. So, until next time, see ya.